In this video tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create this rating script. We're going to be creating like and dislike buttons. We're going to visually display the number of likes and dislikes. And of course, we're also going to create this percentage bar, which will change dependent on the number of likes and dislikes. So to just give you a brief demonstration of what we're going to be creating, it works in a very similar way to the way the current YouTube likes and dislikes rating system works, in that, of course, the combined total of this bar equals to 100%. So of course, as of right now, we have 12 likes and 14 dislikes. So if I increase the number of likes to 14 and 14, it's 50-50. So we're seeing 50 likes and 50 dislikes, and that's represented on the percentage bar. However, if it swings one way, it will change dramatically. As you can see, the percentage bar is now increasing to show more green because we have a much higher number of likes opposed to dislikes. Before I start to actually program our ratings script, I'm just going to explain how I've prepared for this tutorial. All I've done is I've gone ahead and created a very simple website layout with some example content. So for example, I've created a simple page with this YouTube video of another one of our tutorials, and we're going to create or develop our like and dislike script to appear just underneath this video. So if this was a live page on a website, people could obviously come along and like or dislike this video, similar to how you could like this video you're watching on YouTube. So that might be a little bit of a hint, but of course it's up to you. So let's get back to the tutorial. What I've also done is I've gone ahead and created our table within my PHP My Admin. I've created a very simple table. It's just called ratings. I've obviously got my primary key, which is ratings ID, and I've also got a ratings field, which will of course contain the like or dislike, which will make more sense later on in the tutorial. So again, if I come to Dreamweaver, this is the page I've created. If I come into code view, you'll see all I've done is just simple HTML and CSS at this point. We're going to start to develop this. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the like and dislike buttons. So to do that, what I've done is I've just created a simple div that will contain our forms. So just within this, I'm going to come in Dreamweaver, I'm going to create a form. And within the form, I'm going to give the form an ID of like form. And within the form itself, I'll create a simple button, which I'm going to name like button. I'll give it the value of like. And just beside that, I'm going to enter a hidden field. And in the name is going to be like hidden field, and the value is going to be like. Now after this form, I'm going to insert another form. Give this the ID of dislike form. And within this, I'll insert again a button, and I'll just give that the name of dislike button with the value of dislike. And just beside that, we can insert a hidden field with the name of dislike hidden field and the value of dislike. And we can save that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a simple style for the buttons. So I'm just going to say button class, and we'll set a width of something like 200 pixels and a height of 50 pixels, a border of 0 pixels solid, and a background color and we'll just make this something like simple gray with yes. So if we then apply to these buttons that class, so in here we'll just say let the class what you can see if I save that is we have these buttons, and I'll actually add here a margin of 11 pixels from the top. And in addition to that, I'm going to actually, for the button class on the hover, if we just do something like change the background color to a lighter gray. So if we actually come into Explorer, what you'll see that we have is this simple like and dislike button, which looks fairly pleasing on the eye. Much nicer than just the basic buttons that you input into web pages via Dreamweaver. So let's come back, and we're going to have to start to actually try and program the functionality here. So what we're going to do is come to server behaviors. When we do, all I need to do is actually just create 2 record sets. So I'm just going to come here and click on that. When I do, I can give this the name of likes. Obviously select the ratings table that I created. And what we need to do is we need to filter the rating equals the entered value of like. And I'm going to click on OK. Once I've done that, I can save the page. We need to also create another record set, so I'll do the same. And this one is for dislikes. So again, we'll select the ratings table. And again, I'm going to filter ratings based on the entered value. This time is dislike. And click on OK. So what we're doing with those record sets is every time this button is clicked, we're inserting a new column we're inserting a record, into the database. So this one is going to insert the value from this hidden field, which is like. And this one will insert the value of this hidden field, which I forgot to do, which is dislike. Now if I save that, what we now need to do is actually set up the server behavior that will actually handle the inserting of the record every time these buttons are clicked. So to do that, again, we come to our server behaviors, click on this plus sign and click on insert record. When this opens, we want to select the form. So for this occasion, it's the like form. The correct table, again, ratings. And the primary key won't get a value, but the rating, obviously this is the likes form, so we want to select the value from the like hidden field. And this one needs to redirect afterwards to the ratings.php, which is the name of the file, the web page we're actually on and editing. So click on OK. That will apply that server behavior to the page. What we now need to do is just save that and actually repeat the same process for the dislike form. So again, we're doing everything twice. So insert record, and again, dislike form. We want to select the ratings table. And this time the rating is coming from the dislike hidden field. And again, then redirect to ratings.php, which is the same page, and click on OK. So let's save that, and you can see if we go into code view that Dreamweaver has created all of this code for us. This is all PHP code. First we've got the record sets, and then we have the insert behavior for these two. So if I just give you a simple demonstration here, and I launch this in Explorer, what you'll see is if I click on like, and then if I click on dislike, and then I come over to my table and I select this again, I just reload this, you'll see that we have two fields, two records created in our database for each click. So if I come back here again and I click on like, two more times, you'll see that in the database table, we will have two more likes. Now, the record set that we created is filtering the likes and the dislikes. That will allow us to determine how many likes and how many dislikes that we have actually received in our database. So what we now need to do is actually handle this with PHP to display the percentage bar and the number of likes and dislikes on the page. And to do that, we have to use PHP to create some calculations. So unfortunately, it is impossible to do this without hand coding this. Now, what we need, of course, is we need to use the information we gathered from the record set. So we need to make sure that this code Dreamweaver just created is above the code. So this loads first to what we will will be writing now. So just before the doc type and underneath all of that PHP code, we're going to create our own PHP tags, and we're going to first establish some variables. The first one is we need to determine the number of likes and dislikes. So I'm just going to create a new variable, and I'm going to say num of likes, and that is going to equal the total rows from the likes record set. And we need to do the same thing for the dislikes, so we're going to say num of dislikes equals total rows from the record set dislikes. What we then need to do is create a variable which is a calculation of total ratings, and that is going to equal the calculation of these two variables, so the number of likes plus the number of dislikes. Now this is very important because all of these variables will be used to actually determine the percentages that we will be using in our percentage bar that we'll be displaying. So this is going to be the next calculations for the likes. So this is going to be the next calculation we do. So that we'll create another variable. This one is going to be called the likes cal, stands for calculation, and that equals the total number of total rows from the likes divided by the total number of overall ratings. Now, once we have that, we need to work out the percentage. So what we'll do is we'll say likes percentage equals the variable of likes cal times 100. That gives us our percentage. So what we now need to do is actually repeat the same process for the dislikes. So we're going to create a new variable which says dislikes cal, and that equals the total number of rows from the dislikes record set divided by, again, the total ratings variable. And then we need to create the variable of dislikes percentage equals the variable of dislikes cal times 100, and that gives us our percentage. So this pretty much gives us everything that we need. We have the percentages. So now we actually need to take a step back and program the front end to actually display this. So I want to display, first of all, simply the number of likes and the number of dislikes, and then I want to create a visual demonstration via a percentage bar just above it. So let's do the easier one first. So I'm just going to come down here, and just above the forms, I'm going to just display this information. So I'll create a div with the class yet to create, but I'll create a class called media info. I'll just save that. Create some simple CSS for this, so media info, and all this will be is it will have a width, same as the other elements of 640 pixels. I'll give it a height of, let's say, auto for now. I will just clear it, and of course a margin of, let's say, 6 pixels, auto. And within this, we're going to enter the likes and dislikes. So within my div tag here for media info, we're going to have likes and dislikes. Now, if this doesn't make much sense to you, please bear with me. I will make everything a lot clearer as we go on. So I'm just going to come here, and here you can see these are the calculations. So we have the number of likes. So here we're going to actually create the session variables that we're going to insert into the body of our page. So to create a session variable, the first thing we need to do is say session underscore start. And then we'll just create the sessions. So Dreamweaver is handy for some shortcuts. Session equals there. So this is just a basic time-saving thing. So I'll just copy this twice. And I'm just going to say likes, and that equals the number of likes here. And dislikes equals the number of dislikes. So all I need to do here now is come back to this area where I want to display the likes, create opening, closing PHP tags. In here I'm just going to echo the session I just created, and here I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to echo the session. I just get it from up here. And if I save that and come back to the page, Explorer, launch it, you'll see what I've created. You can see we're now displaying the number of likes and the number of dislikes. So if I like this again, it goes to 4. If I dislike it, it goes to 2. So that's visually displaying the likes and dislikes for this content in this page. But what I now need to do is create a more visually pleasing demonstration of this via the percentages we worked with previously with the calculations. So to do that, we need to, I'm just going to copy this another 2 times, and I'm going to say likes, don't believe we likes, final percentage, and dislikes, final percentage. These are the names of the sessions, and this is the value of the session. So again, I just copied these, so obviously I'm going to just remove this. So the percentage here is going to be the variable likes percentage, and the variable here will be the dislikes percentage. So we're just taking these variables and we're turning it into session variables that we can actually call later on in the script. So This is going to work a little bit differently. We need to program it a bit more. So we have the good thing about classes is you can apply a class to as many div tags as you want. This has the overall things that we need. So I'm going to just above the media info, I'm going to create another div and with the same class of the media info. But what I'm going to do is within this div, I'm going to create another two. Okay. So this is going to have the class of left likes, and here this is going to have the class of right dislikes. That's all we're going to do. And then if I come back to my CSS, I can do the same thing. I'm going to just create a class for the, first of all, the left likes, and then a class for the right dislikes. And if we just start off with this one, the most important thing is we're going to float this, of course, to the left. And I'm going to give this a background color. Oops. I'm going to give this a background color of green, as you can see. And again, very important, we're going to insert the width, which will be a percentage. I'm going to come back to that. And finally, I'm going to just insert a height of something like 10 pixels, but we can have a look at that in a second. So I'm going to just copy this out and put it here with a few adjustments, in that this one will be floating to the right, and the background color will be red. Now what we need to do here is again the same. We're going to insert PHP. We're going to echo a session. So I'm just going to copy this here. And here we're going to grab hold of these sessions we just created that contains the percentages. Oops, sorry, that was the wrong one. This is the likes percentage, and this is the dislikes percentage. So overall, this is going to equal 100. Great. So now if I launch this in Explorer, you're going to see that we have the visual demonstration, this percentage bar that accompanies the like and dislike buttons, which is fantastic. So if I now click on like again, you'll see that this changes. If I click on dislike, you're going to see, so if for example this has 8 likes and 8 dislikes, it should be 50-50, which is exactly what we're seeing. The total width of this bar, I'll just make it bigger, is of course 100%. It's 8, so it's going to be 50% each. If I click on like several times more, you're going to see that it leans slightly more to one side, as well if we obviously enter more dislikes. So you can see this is a beautiful way to create your ratings script, and it's obviously a very similar design to that on YouTube. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you for following along with this video tutorial, but also to encourage you to visit our official social network, simpletut.com. This is our official website where we post all of our tutorials, and this is a fantastic learning resource for you. Tutorials ranging from PHP classes to tutorials showing you how to develop your own user registration systems, availability calendars, MySQLi, membership systems, file upload, user registration, content management. We have a huge library, and it is growing on a daily basis. We also have various other areas on the site which are useful to you. For example, our Ask a Question area, where you can actually post questions on this or any other tutorial, and a member of our team will be more than happy to get back and support you. We also have a freebies section where you can actually download some of our source files and some various other freebies as we release them. Of course, our blog, where we post various different pieces of code. And of course, if you are a fan of our project and the work that we do, then we also have a donate button on our website which you can use to make a contribution to our project. Of course, your support is what enables us to continue bringing you the free content, tutorials, and resources that you love. So to stay in touch and continue to support us, helping us to continue, we do encourage you to like us on Facebook. This will enable us to keep you updated on a regular basis as we release new tutorials in various different resources. There will be a link in the description of the video and on our website where you can actually access our Facebook page and like us. I'd also like to make you aware of one of our newest projects, which is CSSMenuCreator.com. There'll be a link in the description. This is a fantastic tool which you can use to develop your own pure CSS menus. It literally writes the code for you. To give you a brief demonstration, if I add a few links to the menu on this page, you'll see that it's actually writing the code for me. And if I had logged in, you'd see it would actually write the CSS code for me as well. So I can literally copy and paste this code into my page to create the menus. I'd also like to encourage you to visit our official website, siteeasy.com. There'll be a link in the description of this video. This is a fantastic website where you can actually access pre-built PHP applications, including user registration, CSS menus, site search, digital goods for PayPal, comment systems, billing systems, contact forms, and much more. We also offer completely pre-built websites for those of you looking for complete pre-built solutions, such as an e-commerce website. One of our latest product releases, our official social network, content management, file upload, property listings, and much more. And of course, if you do have any questions or would like to get a free quote on custom web design, then please contact us via our support page, and a member of our team will be more than happy to get back to you. Once again, I'd just like to thank you for following along with this video tutorial. I hope you get in touch, and once again, please like, rate, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and of course register with our website.